Hey friends, Mikester here, your humble servant, with the weekly update at First United Methodist Church of Fort Worth. And as you can see, I'm here today with my friend and our FUMC church member, Chris Loki. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Mike.
How's it going today?
Today's a great day.
It is a good day.
I get to spend a little time today at church. That's always good.
It is a good thing. And when you're not at church, you are able to spend time with your children and your grandchildren, right?
Every chance I get.
And tell us about
Well,
them.
I have 3 kids. All of them are married, so I now have 3 daughters and son-in-laws. Mm-hmm. And one of them was fortunate enough to get pregnant, and we now have 2 grandchildren.
Congratulations.
So, anybody who has grandchildren, they're just a blast. And one of them's getting old enough now, at a little over 2.5, that she actually plays and talks to you, and she's a blast. She's really a fun.
Oh, I bet that's so much fun for you.
It is.
And in the years that I've known you, I think you have fun in really every place you are and everything you do. And one of the places I think about when I think of you would be our sanctuary during the 11 o'clock worship service.
I do usher at 11 o'clock, might near every Sunday, because I enjoy it. And you talk about having fun doing it. When you greet people and you say, "Hi, how are you?" I kind of like to give people just a little bit of a hard time, just to make fun of them, or laugh, or just be friendly.
Yes.
And if it's somebody I know, it's like, for instance, if somebody comes in every Sunday and goes, "Oh, look, Mike's back." Well, they're here every Sunday, right? Everybody knows that, but it's just fun, and that's the way I do it. And then I also feel like that I work with great volunteers, staff. That's all fun. But I also feel it's a part of service. I like to serve, and I don't lead Sunday schools, and I don't preach, but I can at least hand out bulletins and pass a plate.
And most importantly, make sure that every person is greeted with a friendly face and a welcome, and so that all of us know that whenever we're here at the church, our presence is really appreciated and important.
That's right. We want to make everybody feel welcome, and if you find somebody's a visitor, you can sort of tell because they're kind of trying to find their way.
Sure.
You can take a little extra time and say hello and give them a little bit more
important.
A little bit more this is what we do.
Yeah.
Advice, so that they feel more at home, and obviously we want them to come back.
That's really true. And we have such a good group of volunteers who are part of our team of ushers and greeters. And people are always welcome for that, aren't they?
They are. We have some regulars, but there's always people go on vacation or whatever, and so there's always openings. And we could use a few more regulars.
Yeah, always.
Always. And happy to have you. If you want to become an usher, it's very simple. You can learn in 3.5 minutes. Probably you too, but most people can learn it really fast.
Even I.
So it's a good thing, and I think it's one of the best volunteer roles in church, because
I agree.
You're not a Sunday school teacher and you don't have to prepare lessons.
Yep.
And you're not a member of one of our important committees, which means you've got to come here at night for Tuesdays or Wednesdays or whatever nights for committee meetings. You just come to church and be a part of the service, and so it's really easy.
It really is easy, and it's as easy as, if you are interested, you can email Lisa Helm at lhelm@myfumc.org, and Lisa will get you all hooked up on that. Now, you were talking about your family before, and I know that you and your wife Judith were married at this church, you've said, about 25 years ago?
25 years ago.
Wow. And about 3 years ago, Judith died from Alzheimer's disease, correct?
That's correct, yes, she did. She had Alzheimer's. She was 66 when she died, and so she sort of really became affected by this in her early 60s, 61 or 62. So fairly short for Alzheimer's, but still significant.
Yes. And as part of the way that you honor her legacy, you're committed to research and fundraising throughout our community, aren't you?
I am. I'm on the board of the Alzheimer's Association of North Central Texas, and so we deal 2 things basically, and primarily at the local level. We deal with supporting those families who have somebody with dementia in their family.
Yes.
We have seminars, we have meetings to support groups, all those sort of things. And of course, all this takes money, so we raise money.
Right.
And a good portion of those funds also go to national research because it's better if we didn't have any caregivers because nobody had this disease.
Yeah.
And so finding the cure or the way of stopping it is really, really, really critical to what we do and important to me and my family.
Yes, and your family continues to support that every year at the Walk to End Alzheimer's. In Tarrant County, it's going to be on October 27th this year because there is a team named in honor of Judith.
So for the walk, there's always, like most walks, there's teams. And we have a team called Judith's Jaunters. And so there's 50 or 60 of us. It's a big team. And we come and have a good time. It's a November days, late October days, so it's cool and nice. Yes. And it's a great event. It's a walk. It's not a 10K or 5K, so it's
a casual walk.
It's about raising awareness, not necessarily your heart rate.
Yeah, well said. Well said. And that's in October. And even before then, here at our church in September is the event that we've been talking about for a long time now, and that's Friday, September 7th, when Teepa Snow will be here to spend the day teaching and supporting caregivers. And you've heard Teepa speak before.
I went to one of Teepa's seminars that the Alzheimer's Association put on 5-6 years ago, and it was really invaluable to me, Mike, as Judith become further along in this disease, knowing how to handle that situation.
Sure.
Teepa was really good about teaching me and everybody about what this person with dementia sees and how they feel. And that knowing how they look at things, which is totally different from reality, or your reality, helps you steer her in the right direction or steer yourself in a better direction or sometimes even calm yourself down because it can be quite frustrating. And so what I learned in that 6 hours of seminar was totally invaluable. And so I think if you're a caregiver, you really should come to this.
Yeah, I agree with you. And we have been told that there are already 700 people that have registered for that event.
That's great.
The registration deadline is coming up, so it would be important for people to register sooner than later. And also, there's the opportunity for anyone who would like to join staff members like me and church members like Chris. You can come and be part of the team that greets people and welcomes and makes sure that everybody knows where the restrooms are and how to get from one place to another. And again, you can express your interest by contacting Lisa Helm here at the church. And I think that'll be an important way that our church can open our doors on September 7th for the community.
That's so important to our church and our efforts here to help those with dementia. Our church also sponsors Dementia Friendly Fort Worth.
That's right.
Which is an organization trying to improve, at this point, first responders and how they respond to people with dementia. Important group that I'm happy to be involved with too.
You bet. Well, speaking of happy, I am so happy that you decided to take the time today.
Thank you, Mike.
Chris.
It's been fun talking to you as usual.
Well, thank you, as usual for you too.
All right.
And as usual for all of you. So friends, that's all for now. And yes, this has been your Moment with Mike.